Yo, what is going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome. It's the Big Joe Network. I'm its host and creator, Tyzilla83. Hope you're doing well. It's Friday. Kickoff is tomorrow at 3 p.m. for Razorback football to start the 2018 season. I know that we're all so excited about that. Oh, my gosh. It's finally here. Yes, you can't just smell it in the air anymore. You can feel it around you. It's magnificent. I'm sure we all agree with that. I'm finally going to give you my wins and losses for 2018. I'm going to give you my prediction for what the Hogs do in year one under Chad Morris. Finally, I know a couple of you have reached out and have asked for that, so we're going to do that. But before we get into the schedule, at the end of the video, like, comment, share the content that you just watched. And, of course, if you haven't already, feel free to tap the subscribe button down below. And please go check out the Picture on Network Patreon page. I'd really appreciate that. It's really cool. It helps, it helps the channel out a little bit. And all the details and everything that you need to know is down below in the description box. Both the donation link and the Patreon link are down in the description box. Go check that out. But let's jump into it. What do the Hogs do year one in the Chad Morris era? Let's go. Arkansas out the gate playing Eastern Illinois tomorrow. Kickoff 3 p.m. We all know that. We're all aware of that. It's going to be awesome atmosphere in Fayetteville, I'm sure. I'll go ahead and give you my score prediction as well, since it's the kickoff's tomorrow, since the game's tomorrow. I think this one, Arkansas probably starts off a little bit slow. Probably going to see some flags. You're probably going to see the Razorbacks turn the ball over once or twice. Again, the grind of the first half might be a little unpleasant at first, but I think as the game goes on and as the Razorbacks smooth things out, I think you'll see them pull away and win. I've got them winning this one 45-17. So then your next two games, Colorado State and North Texas. I've talked about these two, and I just don't feel like Colorado State's anything special. I think they look to me like, we got a chance to watch them last week, and they look to me like a 5-7, 4-8 kind of a program. I think Arkansas should come out of that game with a win, but it's North Texas. It's North Texas I think you need to keep an eye on. They have a quarterback that's very talented. They have two of their best receivers back from a year ago. I mean, this is a top 20 scoring offense, top 20 passing offense. Again, Mason Fine, you cannot let him get too comfortable. Can't allow him to be too comfortable back in the pocket. You got to figure out a way to contain him in this offense and apply some pressure in the backfield. If not, he's going to chew you up. He's going to rip you up, going up and down the field. And Arkansas is going to have to figure out a way to slow them down, regardless of what happens, whether it's a shootout or whatever. I think Arkansas finds a way to win. So just like that, first three games, I think the Razorbacks win. Yay! What happens in the next three games? Unfortunately, I don't think Arkansas is as lucky. They got to play. They're going to open up September 22nd against Auburn. That's a loss for me. I don't think Arkansas wins that. I know Auburn has some holes they need to plug. They've got some issues. There's a question mark at the running back spot, but I think Stidham is probably going to be a little bit better than what it was a year ago. And I think this offense steadily will be about where they were a year ago. Defensively, look, this defensive line is probably one of the best in college football. They're stacked. No doubt about that. But I just feel like the talent gap is just too wide for Arkansas to overcome. And having saying all this about Auburn, I don't think Auburn wins the SEC West. In fact, I'm going to be surprised if they find a way to anything more than 9 wins, maybe 10 wins. But anyways, enough about Auburn. Arkansas, we know, should probably lose that game. Next up, you got Texas A&M. Look, I'm going to say this. The transition from Sumlin, from Kevin Sumlin to Jimbo Fisher, when you talk about the difference in offenses and how they do things on the field, is not, I think, as dramatic of a change when you look at going from Brett Bielema, Dan Enos, Brett Bielema style of offense, to the Chad Morris style of offense. I think that transition is a little bit more complicated. It's a little bit more difficult. Just the whole changing of philosophies and what have you on the offensive side of the ball. That's going to be an advantage for A&M, also a talent advantage for A&M. I think this is another conference loss for the Razorbacks. So they start out in the SEC 0-2. Alabama, obviously, you're going to have to chalk that up as a loss. I know they're still trying to figure out who their starting quarterback's going to be. But regardless, I think that these three SEC games are losses. So 3 wins. Then they open up 0-3 in SEC Conference, but I think Arkansas turns the corner against Ole Miss when they play them in Little Rock October 13th. I think Arkansas gets a win there. I just think that too many pieces, to the things that made Ole Miss good on offense, not just Hugh Freeze and some of that stat, but some of those players have also left. I just don't think they're going to recapture that lightning in a bottle like they had once before under Freeze. Now that he's gone, I think you're just going to see them again. They could surprise you. I mean, Ole Miss could surprise you. We know the receiving core is probably top 3 in all of college football. I think it's the best in the SEC. They got a pretty good quarterback. It's almost similar to when Petrino left, and it was his offense. It had his fingerprints all over it. It was his football team. Once you took him out of the equation, Arkansas fell like a house of cards. I think that's what's going on at Ole Miss. So I think they win there. I think they beat Tulsa and they beat Vanderbilt. So you got 3 wins, 3 losses, followed by 3 wins. And so then the final 3 games, LSU, Mississippi State, and Mizzou, I think Arkansas probably winds up. I think the LSU game's a coin flip. I think it's a coin flip in favor of LSU. You know, they have questions at running back, at quarterback. I think the Ohio State transfer is going to end up – I think he ended up getting that starting position. They have some questions. I know that there's a couple spots on the offensive line LSU fans are a little concerned about, but I think their defensive talent is just – they can overcome quite a bit. And Ed Orgeron, his back – he probably feels like his back's against the wall. And I tend not to – try to cast too much doubt on somebody whose back is against the wall, and especially at a program like LSU with the kind of talent that they have. They ought to be good enough to overcome some adversity this year. So I think they probably, again, on a coin flip right now, it's got to be favoring Ed Orgeron against Arkansas, LSU against Arkansas, but anything could happen. Next up, Mississippi State. That coach has walked into a wonderful situation. I think this year they're poised to win 8, 9, maybe even 10 games. Going down the line 2-3 years from now, I think you're going to see Mississippi State going just kind of a steady decline downwards. It's hard to fill the shoes of Dan Mullins. The things that he accomplished there, unreal. So chalk that up as another loss at the end of the season. I think Mississippi State gets the best of Arkansas here. And then Mizzou, I'll just say this. Running back who's capable, if he's healthy all year, he's a Little Rock native, by the way, Crockett. He's capable of running for 1,500 yards. And then Drew Lock, quarterback that deserves a little bit more credit than what he's been given so far. I think Drew Lock and this offense, they're capable of doing some terrific things. I just think right now it's a coin flip game. Right now I have to side with Mizzou. I'm picking Mizzou, but I've got Arkansas 6-6 going to a bowl game. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to know your picks down below in the comment section. Don't be afraid. Let your voice be heard. I want to know what you think happens in 2018. And you guys know what to do. Like, comment, share the content. And if you haven't already, feel free to tap the subscribe button. And until next time, we'll see you guys on Monday. And if there's any updates, if I plan on going live or doing anything like that, I'll let you know on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Tyzilla83. You can also follow the PTN at Pig Trail Network on Twitter. So, you know, if we don't go live, if we don't see you at some point this weekend, I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Go Hogs.